Hello there, welcome my friends. Welcome to my garden in Nova Scotia and welcome to my channel, The Optimistic Gardener. My name is Steve Farley. Well, I normally grow potatoes in my garden down in my raised bed area on the other side of the garden, but I didn't have as much room as I normally have. Mrs F wanted me to plant some extra sweet corn, so her wish is my command. So I thought, someone gave me some sacks, some of these grain sack type things, and I thought I'd have a little go at growing some potatoes in bags. I'm thinking of moving that sort of way to you know, those sort of black cloth container type things that they have, and I thought this might give me a little idea of, you know, if it's worth it, how much you get. You know, you don't really need to actually grow potatoes that much. You know, they're pretty cheap. But you know, I like growing them anyway, and if I can grow them in some little sacks, then that would be a good idea. And I can put them in an area that isn't taken up. You know, it doesn't have to be in one of my raised beds. So I planted these up with my son a few months ago, and we planted one. Oh, the other thing is, normally I sort of have a bit of a competition between, when I'm growing potatoes, between growing potatoes in seaweed and growing them normally in earth. So what I thought I'd do was do the same sort of competition in the bags. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance really to get down the beach that much since I started my competition, so I haven't filled up my seaweed bag as much as I should have. And you know, so the competition isn't really a competition anymore, but I thought I'd bring you guys along just to have a little look to see if I've got any potatoes out of this little experiment in the bags, and if I've got potatoes, are they any good? So this one is the earth one, and I did actually fill this up quite a bit with potatoes, and as you can see, I'm not sure what has been eating these potatoes. I haven't paid as much attention this summer as I should have done to some of my vegetables, which I apologise for, which is not really good as an optimistic gardener who's showing his vegetables on YouTube. But there we go. Nothing is always perfect in anyone's garden. So I'm gonna so one of the good things about growing them in a bag is I can just empty them out now into the wheelbarrow that I've got here, and it will be easier to find the potatoes. You know what it's like, often you're scrabbling around in the ground trying to find all the potatoes, and then next year you end up with some random potato plants where you'd left a few tubers in there. At least this way I've got a captive place in the wheelbarrow, and it'll be easier for me to find the potatoes. So first things first, I think I'm going to go to empty this earth bag into the wheelbarrow. So let me turn the camera around and we can get amongst it. Right, see if I can lift this bag up. Quite heavy, I know that. Some nice looking ones in here anyway. So I think I'll put about two plants in here. Looking nice. These are, I can't remember what type they were either. Let's have a look, see what we got. Put this bag on the side. These are beautiful looking ones. Oh, not a bad amount there, I think, coming along. Nice looking ones as well. What else we got? Anything else? Very nice. Getting steadily smaller. See, I'm still scrabbling around in the dirt trying to find them anyway. Well, after a riveting start, didn't get as many as I thought were going to come, but I don't know, I'm not sure whether that's a good amount or not coming out of a bag. I'd like to have had a few more, but they're all nice looking ones anyway. I like that. Ooh, there's a slug there, cheeky monkey. So let's have a look at the seaweed bag now, shall we? No more. There's a few. Put these down here. I don't expect them to be as many. Oh, I've got two different types here. Yeah. Disgusting. That looks like it was one that's been eaten away. Another red one. So there we go, not as many in that lot. So that is the bag in the earth. And that is the bag of the seaweed ones. Now, obviously, this wasn't that much of a scientific experiment because I didn't fill up the seaweed bag even remotely as I should have. But, and I think it probably would have been even Stevens. I reckon I'd have probably had a few more in here if I'd have actually filled it up properly. But growing them in bags, I don't know. That's not a bad amount. And they're all nice looking, easy to get to. Nice earwig there. Job's sort of a good one. While we're here, why don't we go down to the, I grew some others in an actual, one of the raised beds. Let's see what we've got down there anyway. Okay, so behind me we have a half bed, rather scruffy looking potato plants and some peas on the other end. I want to clear the whole bed really so that I can get it ready to be planting up my autumn vegetables, broccoli, kale. No, I don't like kale, do I? Rocket, lettuce, spinach, something like that. But I want to clear the bed. So I've not been looking after this bed at all. One of those things I've sort of let myself down this summer, not got amongst looking after all of the different veg. But, you know, even that bag of potatoes up there, a small bag of potatoes gave me, where has it gone? Ah, it's over there, I'll get that in a minute. But gave me, you know, a decent amount of potatoes from a small bag. So let's see what an untended bed of potatoes, so I haven't hilled them up or anything. I haven't earthed them up, so I'm just going to dig them up now and see what we got in there. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut away all the foliage first. like I said, I haven't tended to these properly at all, so where there could have been extra potatoes growing up on the hilling up sort of earthed up bit, they haven't had a chance. So what's grown underneath there is what's going to be my harvest, if there is anything. Cleared most of this out of the way, so let me get my fork in there, obviously hoping not to spear any. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, all I can say is, if they carry on like that, I'll be quite happy. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 potatoes from that one plant. That's a nice little earner. And there was loads more there if I'd have left them kept going. Alright, next one. One, 2, 3, a green one. 4, 5, 6, 7, can't count. Yep, 7, 8, all good sized ones. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I might not do anything to my potatoes all the time, I think, if they come up like this all the time. Another one, 14, 15, 16. That was a super potato. Well, I've got to say, guys, I'm pretty pleased with this so far. Wish I planted the whole bed up now. This is really good earth though. I've been cultivating this earth for the last few years. You know, lots of seaweed, lots of compost in there, really good conditions. Well, I'm going to finish these ones off. You don't want to see me digging them all up, and then I'll come back to you. Right, so there we go, all done. I've got to say, I'm rather pleased. That was only half a bed, and that's a pretty good haul, I think. And I only speared one. Yeah, some good potatoes there. Pretty pleased. So there we go. The bag experiment. I think I can safely say that if I, growing them in bags, and if I had those proper black bags, I reckon that would be better. That's a success, I think, growing them in bags. So that's a good one. And seeing as I planted these potatoes, didn't touch them after that. Didn't water the bed, although we are having a bit of a wet summer. I think I'm pretty pleased with that. At the end of the day, always, it's the soil. Good quality soil is half the battle. In fact, it's more than half the battle. It's 80% of the battle, I think. So there we go. A nice little potato harvest when I wasn't expecting it. So job is definitely a good one.